everybody. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the 49ers going up against the Texans. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's the opener of the 2017 NFL season between the San Francisco 49ers and the Houston Texans. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And it'll give the Texans a first down.
Here we go now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
He'll look to throw. This one complete. It's C.J. Fedorowicz. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this. But run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Fresh set of downs here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. A first down carry now for Miller. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal.
That's been a pretty darn good drive to start things off here in this game. Move the ball downfield well, and after that run, they're set up at 1st and goal.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Offensive starters here. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, a talented wide receiver.
And he's still looking for that ultimate recognition. He wants to be mentioned with the best receivers in the game. His numbers suggest that we should do so.
All right, here we go. Detroit!
Back to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. For the 49ers, their starters defensively, and I got to look at DeForest Buckner.
Love him. Tall, angular. What you worry about with guys like that is can they bend and play with leverage? And DeForest Buckner absolutely can. Did everything that was asked of him at Oregon. He's going to have a big-time career with the 49ers.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So the opening drive for him here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Gabbard on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. That'll bring up second down. And here's the headshots for the offense, and Carlos Hyde, a talented back,
has taken over as the lead runner. A terrific talent. Can batter you inside, but has more speed than what you expect to take it the distance.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
Kevin Johnson's skills just continue to get better and better. An elite athlete out on the corner. He's up to the challenge of any receiver.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Here's Gabbard now. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. Now fourth down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now out comes Houston. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
No matter how you evaluate quarterbacks, at some point arm strength is going to come into the conversation. I'm really impressed by what I saw on that throw on the out route.
All right, here we go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Detroit!
Back to throw now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. They're the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Hey, back 22! Back 22!
Throwing again. Gabbard on second and 10. He's going to let this one go deep. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
On third down, Gabbert. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fielded just inside the 30. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On second down, here's Miller. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Credit the tackle to Navarro Bowman.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up first downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And now it's second down.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands. Receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because the play was dead.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down.
All right, now, look at 56. Here we go. 56. Green. All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
They'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the 1st quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Hurry up, here we go.
And they'll run for it with Miller. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or two shy of the 30. 14 yards there on the pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. The offense lining up 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And now out comes Houston. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. They'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And he comes back with one complete. Well, the coaches mentioned they weren't as concerned about big play offense. They thought they could get some shorter, quicker stuff and be consistent. And that's kind of what they showed there.
What they saw in preparation, what they saw in film, is a defense that likes to get out fast in terms of coverage, meaning they either bail out or they give them a lot of space to throw the underneath stuff, so they decide they take advantage of it and worked on it hard in practice this week.
2nd down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Defense showing blitz. He'll look to throw. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Ted Ginn. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Texans have retaken the lead. It's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Now to send this one away following the score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Gabbert now to throw on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Throwing again. Gabbert on 2nd and 10. It's complete to Brown, right side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. To throw is Gabbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A pickup of 5 that time and a 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Gabbert on first down. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air? Let's see. 2nd and 9.
Here we go now.
They'll set up a throw. And oh, look at that. A diving catch. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissue.
Let's go. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Detroit. Detroit. Leopard. Leopard. Over.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. His throw incomplete. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Go. Here we go now. Good. Detroit.
They'll put Fuller in motion right.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his fifth catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
In motion, the tight end.
Detroit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Check. Move, land it. No. Check. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Detroit.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. Miller, the lone setback. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his first touchdown as a Houston Texan. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. San Francisco gets set to go here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Gabbard trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
Ginn will come in motion right. And it's 1st and goal now, but still 10 yards to go. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Now back to throw. That's caught at the 1. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins from 10 yards out. And the Texans will extend their lead. Hauschka now for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. The 49ers offense now. They work their way back onto the field. Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Gabbert now on 2nd down. And this is Gabriel on the catch. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? A 1st down throw for Gabbert. Man open left side is Brown. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Gabbert on 1st down. It's complete to Brown, right side. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 2nd down now after the pass completion. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. To the air again, Gabbert. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. But sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it. Smith catches left side. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now on 4th down, Chip Kelly's going to say, let's bring out the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal. Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone. Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Caught left side, Hopkins. 11 yards on the pickup, and the Texans are going to have a first.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll look to throw now on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
They'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-99 Philly. Here we go. Detroit.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's brought in right side by Ginn. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They isolate Hopkins on the left side.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! Detroit!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And they're going to speed things up here. 2nd down, Gabbert. And McDonald here over the middle. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On 1st and 10, Gabbert. It's caught on the right side at Smith. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And the back goes into motion. Gabbert now from the 50. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Now Gabbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw here is incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Underneath for Miller. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Back to throw now on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. It goes as a pickup of 23. And it's good enough for a Houston first down. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Here we go.
They'll send Ginn in motion left. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on second down.
Back 99, Philly. Here we go. Here we go. Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney. No. Check. Patriot. Back 99, Philly. Here we go.
They'll look to throw here. It's brought in right side by Ginn. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Third down and 4.
Strong left. No. Check. Patriot. 39. Leopard. Watch him now, Barney. Check 50.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Here's Hauschka for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
In every game, teams are looking for that momentum shift, and that run there, the offense feels like, hey, maybe we can get something going, but defensively, they've slowed them down the entire game. They don't want to turn into more. They're going to try and figure out a way to take it back on this next play.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
And that was a good run, and it should get the attention of the defense, but it can't just dwell on it. They've been playing so well this entire game. Maybe they just look at it and say, okay, congratulations, you got one on us, and just not let it turn into more. It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Gabbard on 3rd and 2. And this is going to be incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll come out in the pistol. Running for it. Here's Hyde. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. And now out comes Houston. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 there. And that'll be good for a Houston first. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Here's a give to Miller. And past the 30 down to about the 27. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Miller, the lone setback. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And they'll give it to him here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And his kick is good. Not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right corner. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And that right there will set them back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Gabbert now on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Gabbert to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. It'll be a gain of 4. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. So it'll be 1st down here after the run.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39! No.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Over the middle to Smith. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And quickly they get to the line. Davis now. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. To throw now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. It's complete to Brown, right side. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Watch it now. Here we go now.
They'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Set. 3-19. 3-19. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Detroit. Detroit.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Man open left side is Brown. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this Texans defense stands tall. And now out comes Houston. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now.
Leopard. Leopard. All right, now look at 56. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Over.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So 3rd and medium here, 3rd and 5.
All right, now look at 56. Detroit.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. Ten yards to go on 3rd. Back to throw here. And fights him off. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Jeff Locke now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And taken right at the 35. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second-guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence.
Touchdown, 49ers! Corey Brown, 46 yards. And the 49ers get a score closer.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone.
Now let's go. All right, now look at 56. Lucky 56. Let's go.
2, and we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Now let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to loft one deep left side here. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's brought in right side by Ginn. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Completed pass on second down. Now it's third down as the defense looks for the stop. Miller, the lone setback. Now they'll run it on the toss. Room here to run. Cutback, left sideline. And he's taken down, but not before he gets us into enemy territory across the 40.
Well, I'd have to say in that situation, they're lined up for a running play. It's only 3rd and 2. Some element of the pass, but that was really well blocked.
Probably call those gravy plays, right, if you're the offensive coordinator?
No doubt about it. All you're trying to do is get the 2 yards necessary for a first down. Then you look up, you've got a whole lot more than that.
Yeah, they did. They got a lot more than that, indeed.
Let's go.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And he'll be... And the 49ers going to take another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Second down, 9 yards to go. Now a 20th carry of the game for Lamar Miller. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That will be their third and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Now, defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On the counter, it's Miller. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Second and goal. Defense digging in again here. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
throw on 3rd and goal. That is caught at the 7-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will make this now a 19-point advantage. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. And now the 49er offense ready to go and getting back out onto the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, give up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Davis now. Over the middle to Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Surveying the field. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Smith catches left side. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And Charles, a good catch there and a 1st down.
Brandon, excellent execution. Quarterback knew where the ball had to be placed. The receiver knew where the 1st down line was.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
They'll set up to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because You've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quentin Demps. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Texans, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.